boy, do I got a Valentine's Day gift for you guys. Hey there folks, welcome back to the Photo Video Show where we explore all things photography. I'm your host, Mark Puckett. On today's show, you asked for it, I'm giving it to you. People have been wanting to know just exactly how in the heck are they supposed to focus their camera in low light. I cracked the code, I know how, and I'm talking for weeks now, months, maybe even since the damn thing was released. People have been trying to figure this out. They want to make that A6000 a much more useful camera in low light situations, and I got it. Are you guys ready? Man, y'all are gonna love me. Okay, I'm just gonna try and set this up for you just so that you can see what I'm working with and what I'm actually gonna be using and not. I do have a light here to help illuminate the back of the camera while I kind of show you guys what's up. I've got an LED light here kind of shining on the product shot so you can kind of see what I'm gonna see in the viewfinder, yeah? I'm gonna be doing some product photography here, so I'm gonna be using these Yongnuo flashes, okay? I've got one here just on a stand. I'm also gonna be using the Yongnuo transceiver. I got one more little piece, but I'm not gonna show it to you yet because I don't wanna give it away. All right, so the way we set this up, just to be sure, and just to verify that this is in fact a Sony A6000, there you go folks, this is in fact the A6000. Now I have a manual focus Minolta lens here on the front with the Photo-C MD NEX. Pretty inconsequential to this video, but just so that you guys know everything that I'm using, so that there's no questions after the video. I always get those questions, and I'm going to be shooting as well in manual mode. Start the camera up. Got my product there in the screen. All right, I have pulled focus. Got it right about where I want it to be, right? But that's easy with lights on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it completely out of focus, okay? I'm gonna turn right around here. I'm gonna turn off the LED light. I'm also gonna turn off these studio lights. So the picture will get a little dark. But the only other light that's coming in this room is from the windows. Here on the screen, you can see that I got nothing. If I've got ISO set to 100, you know, that's pretty low, especially for low light conditions. And most people, what they're trying to do with this setup is they're trying to take like, you know, club photography. They're trying to do, up till now, they can't figure it out. Well, here's what you do. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my flashes. All right, so what I've got here is I've got my flash set up to be at 1/128th of a second, and I'm just gonna take a shot here real quick. And as you can see, the picture's out of focus. So here's where it starts to get tricky, right? So what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to try to be able to focus your object in the dark. Now I can kind of see a couple little things in there kind of shimmering, but I have absolutely no idea if I'm getting my object perfectly in focus or not. There's no way to do it without that initial light, that autofocus light. So here's what we can do. I'm gonna take my flash trigger off the camera, okay? And now what I'm gonna do is I am going to pop the flash. Look at that. Did you just see what happened? I'm gonna close the flash, and I'm gonna pop the flash. Popping this flash, because this is a software based camera and not an optical based camera, it tries to compensate in the viewfinder for me to let me know what my picture is going to potentially look like with a flash on it. But as we all know, if you try to take a picture, the picture looks like crap. So here's what we got to do. I'm going to again take my trigger, but instead of just putting it on and pushing this down, I'm gonna push the onboard flash backward. And then I'm gonna slide that on there. All right, so now the onboard flash is trapped back here, which is good because the onboard flash usually sucks. But I still have the compensation to see if I'm gonna be able to get this thing right or not. I'll take a shot and see what happens. That's not a bad shot. What this does though is it kind of provides a little bit of fill light, but let's just say that you absolutely positively didn't want any fill light whatsoever, right? I found this little Amazon Basics bag. It's just like a little felt bag. Probably a remote trigger or something came in it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that little bag and I'm just gonna slip it right over top of the flash. And I'm just gonna kind of tuck it down here so the rest of the bag is kind of out of my way. Now this is a hack. This is not a fix, this is a hack. But of course you don't have to use this little felt bag. You can put like a piece of black electrical tape over the front of the flash if you wanted to. I'm not gonna change any settings. This is all still exactly the same. I can still see what my exposure is roughly gonna look like. I can pull focus perfectly, and when I take the shot, I've got a perfectly well composed shot now. I also have one of the cheapy triggers from Cowboy Studios. Just one of these little bitty top of the hot shoe dealios. It works exactly the same way. I can just push the flash back, hold it down, slide the trigger on top, and it holds it back perfectly. So, flash down in the dark, no compensation whatsoever for the flash as far as the software is concerned. You pop the flash, and now I can pull focus all day long. I can pull focus till the cows come home. And I can basically see in extremely low light situations. This is with the ISO set to 100. There's no ISO trickery here. This is a fully manual focus lens, so there's not even an adjustable f-stop as far as software is concerned. And of course your aperture is still fully adjustable if you want it to be. Or your shutter speed rather. Of course, the aperture ring on this, I can change the aperture even up to a very high aperture into the f/22 range on this particular lens, but the camera is still trying to compensate for what it's gonna see with the flash up, not based on what the lens is gonna do. Game changer, and you're welcome. So there you have it, there you go. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. We solved another mystery, and who would have thought the pop-up flash actually saved the day on something ever. That's weird. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Please share and like, and even drop me a subscription if you feel so inclined. Once again, I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and thanks again for stopping here at the Photo Video Show. I'll see you guys again on the next one.